Bum-ba-da-dum, bum-ba-da-dum. Howdy, welcome to BanjoBenClark.com. I'm Banjo Ben, your host here on the site that teaches you how to play all kinds of stuff. This week is Guitar Week. We're getting another Christmas song in there while we still have time. And I love this song, Oh Holy Night. We're going to do it in C. I'd already taught this one on banjo and drop C tuning, but I hadn't done it on guitar. And I wanted to do a fingerstyle version that was very approachable. So you don't have to be a fingerstyle master to play this one. It might be challenging for you, but you can do it. There's nothing tricky, super duper tricky in it. It's just getting used to a few things. I'll show you how to do that. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or somewhere else, here in a moment, I'll ask you to come over to my website, Banjo Ben Clark. Enjoy as a Gold Pick member and have access to hundreds of lessons, including lots of Christmas tunes. So let's take a look at this one. And if you're watching here on the website, you know what to do. When this preview is over, you just scroll down and click on the next video and download your tabs and your MP3. Merry Christmas to y'all. We're doing this one in the key of C, which is cool because it's a singable key. Even though this song has a lot of range, it goes all over the place, but still, oh, holy night. You can sing that one in that key. Also, we're going to be doing it fingerstyle. And whenever I think about this particular song, I think about it having three different parts. A lot of songs have, as you know, verse and chorus. Well, this one I think about having three different parts. I think about it having a verse and then what I'm going to call pre-chorus and then a chorus. So that, and each one we're going to play a little different approach with. So on the verse, oh, holy night, I'm going to approach it with those strums. I think that's really pretty. So we're going to play chord strums and just the melody notes in between that. When it goes into the pre-chorus, that's when it goes, a thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices. There we're getting a little syncopated. We're doing these pinches with an alternating bass stroke. And then we're going to get into the chorus. That's and we're going to do arpeggios there, variations. So we've got three different approaches for the three different parts of the song. So I think that makes it a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and throw up the tab there, and we'll learn together. Now, one thing that you'll notice is that I have your chords above the tab. We're going to start out on the C chord. We'll talk about that. Beneath the tab, I've got the words. That's just to help you realize where you're at in the song as you're playing. One thing you might be missing if you're used to my versions, and that's your pick hand indications. So like, do I play it with my thumb? Do I play it with my index middle? And the reason why I didn't include it this time is because I found myself playing it just as I was working it up after I wrote it. I found myself playing it with different combinations. So I thought, I'm going to let you kind of figure this one out. You can see how I do it. I might talk about some strategy, but I'm not going to nail you down there. I will say that all of these little brushes, you see that first note there on O? I'm going to do all of those brushes with my thumb. Oh, then I might do that holy with my index finger or with my thumb. And then I'm going to strum through again. So all that I'm doing, I'm making a C chord. You might know how to make a regular C chord, right? But then I'm going to use my pinky on that A string and let my ring finger go above it on that G string. So that's that big C over G is technically what it is. And what I'm doing is I'm strumming through the chord and I'm resting on the melody note. So that top note that I strum right here, that's the melody note. Oh, holy. Now I'm going to strum through it again and land on my G string, and that's my new melody note. Night, so, oh, holy night. Now I'm going to move my two fingers down. Watch this. I'm going to move everything just down one fret, and that turns into, or one string that turns into an F chord. Stars are brightly, and then just go to a regular C chord for shine. We're going to come all the way up to that second string. Shining. And I put a little filler notes in there. Shining is the... Now go back to my low C chord. So this whole line looks like this, and we'll play it slow together later on. I'm going to a partial G chord. I'm just going to use my middle finger on that second fret. And then you can play a third fret with your ring finger or pinky. Then go to your regular C chord, and we are going to play a little bit of arpeggios here. That's just a hint about what's coming up. So that's just a regular C chord, measures 10 and 11 over the word birth, and I'm just going through the strings. Now go back down the way you started. Long lay the world. You've seen all this before. Sin and error. Then into pining. We've seen that. Now this is a little different because we're going into an E minor chord, to a B chord, and back to an E minor. This may be the most difficult part of the song, but I tried to keep it simple for you. That fourth fret on the word he, measure 16, I'm going to play that with my ring finger, and then I'm going to come down and carry it down to the second fret. And the reason why I'm going to do that, can you guess why? Because it's already sitting where it needs to sit for a big E minor chord in 17. So measure 16. Then raise it. Or, I'm sorry. Yeah. And then go up and catch the word the with your ring finger again. And guess what? It's in position for your B chord. Now on this B chord, there's no need to make even a full B7. All I want you to, do you know how to play a D7? Just take that whole chord and just move it up 2 strings. And you got that B7. Then I'm going to reach with my index finger and catch that first fret. And my middle finger never came up. It's still down on my E minor. Okay, so if you can grasp, not get frustrated. Don't get too frustrated with me. And grasp the finger position movements in this line, you're going to have the song pretty much whipped, because it's one of the most complicated parts of it. It's not that bad once you get used to it. Just remember, start with your ring finger. So, till he appeared, ring down, leave it down, do an E minor chord. Go up with your ring finger to the, make that D7 chord. Come down with your index finger. My middle finger never came up. Go back to your E minor. All right, you got it. Okay, so that's what I would call the verse part of the song. We're going to go back together now, if you're watching here on the website, in the next video segment, and play that whole thing through slowly together. If you're watching somewhere else, you can come over to the website, download the tabs, and learn the pre-chorus and the chorus with me as well. Merry Christmas to y'all.